Y'all know I had my mask. Shit go crazy. Can my motherfucking hat? That had motherfucking hood. Put up! Where you going? Why'd you walk away from me when I'm talking? So you get up and walk away. Now, what would you ask me now? About the Justice League and Young Justice went up?
Is there a Justice League on Young Justice?
Wait. That's literally the question?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's the first question.
Yeah. That's my question. Does the
Did
Justice
you
League...
need to hit that blunt again or something new? Or then he get some of this beer? No, seriously, think about it.
I mean, do you, like, see them and stuff?
Alright, let me ask you this question. What did we see in this episode 1?
Oh, yeah, Batman quit.
Quit the what?
Justice League.
The Justice League exists in this universe. Where's the team real based out of? Don't forget, the team we're watching is the outsider, this Nightwing team. They not with them.
Watchtower.
Oh my god! How do the team have a watchtower? The Justice League. Hold on. Another one. Don't you know that weird dude that hang out with that's always at the cabin, always at Megan and Connor house? That doesn't have superpowers. Remember who I said he was?
No.
Remember I said that he's the son of Snapper Carr? And remember he said that he made a mistake and led the Joker to the Justice League hideout at Mount Justice? She didn't lay out those drugs. No, but you said something about Cyborg though. This is his literally first time being on the show.
I was saying, is this the Cyborg or is this like a junior Cyborg?
No, this is the Cyborg. This is Cyborg.
Oh, so he's gonna go to the Justice League.
No, Cyborg Cyborg is not a member of the Justice League.
Then why?
Because I don't know. Some players I'm gonna start this. When a new writer comes on to write the Justice League, they get a chance to try to pick their definitive version of Justice League they want to see. So somebody who was a Cyborg fan believes Cyborg should be in the Justice League, and that's how Cyborg ended up in the New 52 Justice League, and that's how Cyborg ended up in the Justice League movie. Everybody who read comic books, everybody who read anything, know for a motherfucking fact, Cyborg have never been an actual real member of the Justice League, or nor a founding member of Justice League. Cyborg is not that old. Cyborg is a Teen Titan first and foremost, and then he goes on doing whatever. That is Cyborg. So, how they put him in the Justice League and the New 52 Justice League War movie and comic book, it's not accurate to the actual character. And you see how if you actually try to watch if you watch the other movies I watch, you see how they try to clean up a little bit, try to make Cyborg, he hanging out with Teen Titans now. They're trying to clean it up a little bit, but Cyborg actually is not a real member of Justice League, period. Well, almost like this. We don't know what he actually would have become because I've never seen him grow up. You get that? Like, we know what Nightwing become because we know Nightwing goes all the way and grows up, but we never see Cyborg grows up as being Cyborg. Like, so I don't know exactly what Cyborg future actually holds. I just know that Cyborg, in my mind, is forever a Teen Titan member. But I don't know what the future actually holds for Cyborg. They never actually show his future. If there's a comic book with Cyborg older, let me know, please.
Him very well. Much like his comic counterpart, Vic is a talented football player with a strained relationship with his scientist father.
What?
Where you go? Dude, you got me all hyped up. I thought we about to talk about this stuff. You walk away and get in the kitchen and stuff, start stretching and shit. Oh, you just a fucking cock tease, man.
who is currently researching the evil alien father box for the Justice League, meaning that he misses out on his son's big game. Hey, let's take a quick diversion to talk about voice actors for a second, shall we? Victor Stone in this show is not voiced by Carrie Payton, the man whose voice is pretty much synonymous with the character. Not to say that Zeno Robinson does a bad job, it's just so strange to hear Cyborg's old voice all over this episode, but not actually coming out of Victor. It is pretty fun, though, that Payton does voice Silas Stone and basically just makes him sound like an older Cyborg anyway. This new origin takes a lot of reference from the New 52 comics and the Justice League War story in particular, but with some fresh new twists. Victor's in a lab accident after fighting with his father, a very brutal, very bloody, very shocking, almost too much so, I might add, accident, wherein the only way his life can be saved is if Dr. Stone uses...
That was kind of all of a sudden, though. But that's how it's happened, though. First on his origin, though.
What?
The explosion.
The father box on which we saw was capable of healing parademons and other aliens in a past episode. Obviously, this has some very Frankenstein repercussions, and with the new wrinkle being it was a father box this time and not a mother box like in the...
I like how his cybernetic body looked. Because that makes him not look. Because in the Justice League movie, you can ask the question: is he machine or is he man? Is he more man or is he more machine? That was to be the actual real question in Cyborg in the movie, right? But in this version of Cyborg on the show, where's the weed, man?
Under the table.
So you really gonna? Cause I wanted. I thought you were about to talk about this. You really going to in the kitchen and start doing all that?
Yeah, you could have did that shit. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm fucking hungry, man.
No, I'm just saying you got hungry now. You got hungry now. As soon as I put this on, the Switch video, you literally just got up and started stretching, and now you're in the kitchen completely ignoring me.
Whatever, Tyrus. No, I'm not. What?
Comics, there is a new evil component to Cyborg in which he is forced to try and overcome through these 4 episodes, which I thought gave him a lot more to do and a lot more pathos moving forward. The Outsiders also underwent some major growth in this 4-episode pack, not only as heroes, but as people too. They just can't hang around Superboy and Megan's house anymore, so they decide that they should be sent to school as a way to help Halo and Forger better integrate with society. Brion doesn't have to go, probably just another perk of being a fancy schmancy royal. This scenario leads to probably my favorite joke of the season so far, when Halo, to paraphrase, says, "Surely when we pull up to high school with the principal and the guidance counselor, everyone will love us." The high school experience also brings with it the introduction of some more new characters, like Harper Row, another newer DC hero who I have been holding a torch for a very long time. So
There she go right there.
I saw her. Tyrus.
No, I said that's her costume. Bluebird.
I don't like that.
She's one of Batman. She's not actually Batman's sidekick. Or one of Batman. She works with the Bat family, but she's more as Tim Drake, part of Tim Drake team. So when he say he got his squadron, basically she's gonna be a part of that. Basically, I'm pretty sure it's some later episode.
super excited to get to see her get the TV treatment. In fact, so are her original co-creators, Scott Snyder and James Tynion, who, judging by their Twitter feeds today, they were as shocked as me. They didn't know. By the end of episode 11, we also get some very important information about the source of Halo's powers and how they now actually connect to Cyborg. You see, when Victor goes nuts, something that will be a trend across these 4 episodes, the father box stoking his anger at his own father, it's Halo who's actually summoned on in to make the save. And that is because Halo is actually...
I really want to watch these episodes again. I can't wait to end this movie because I'm straight going to watch these episodes all over again. These episodes is really good. And it really was good for real, for real.
Actually the embodiment of a mother box, just as fans had theorized. She uses her healing powers.
He said mid-season finale.
to try and loosen Father Box's control on Vic, making them kind of spiritual siblings in a weird way. This also explains why she was able to interact with the new Genisphere in a way no other characters would. In a way, it's also kind of a bittersweet resolution, too. We know now that Gabriel Dow is dead, but in her place is Violet, a character who is just starting to come into her own, and a person who is ready to live life to its fullest, including perhaps an actual romance with her teammate Brianna, who had his own lessons to learn this.
You think they fucked already? You think Brianna hit that shit already? That's why Violet's acting like that?
I don't know.
I mean, he did kiss her. They have been getting kind of close. Come on, what you think for real though, man? Come on, give me a real conversation besides this. I don't know.
I don't think
Do you
they
think
fucked.
they fucked already or not?
No, I don't think they fucked.
You think he grabbed her booty, sucked her titty,
She
put his...
doesn't know. She doesn't seem to be like that kind of girl that would be doing that. She's too innocent.
Oh, so you think they gonna fuck under some candles and shit on a nice dinner and a nice
Oh,
day?
yeah.
Fuck that. Breon is a prince, and a former prince. He about to go fuck that bitch behind the barn at the fucking camp farm. He is about to completely bust a nut all in her mouth. Can Violet get pregnant? I mean, I would think she could since her body's still taking human, but she's technically immortal and she can't die. That's kind of a raw ass power to have. Like her. I want to know, how bad can she die? Let's think about that for a second. I think her head gonna get cut off sometime this season. Think about it. That's one we have not seen yet. Blown up, stabbed, shot, broken neck. We seen her get shot through the chest by Lobo, but we have not seen it as a complete decapitation. Decapitation. I have some shit I all fucked up. Do you think she can heal from that? I mean, if her body parts, if her skin and stuff heal, that might be okay, but I don't know. Like, what if, like, hell, I know even Deadpool can heal from getting his head cut off. He would literally go from that body. He would literally go from the head.
Yeah, he can go from that to 50 years.
So, I wonder how Violet would work. You just gotta reattach her head back, and then it disconnect. That's probably what it is. But then there's the question, well, can we just burn our body? But then what if how can our body just regenerate back up anyway?
This episode about letting go, learning to be patient, learning to be part of a team, all that good stuff. Now with that out of the way, we finally come to Nightmare Monkeys, and it might be the most creative episode of the season and certainly a contender for my own personal favorite.
Yes.
We hook back up with Garfield Logan.
I'm sorry, I love Nightmare Monkey. Nightmare Monkey was the best episode, probably. Because they really incorporated, I cannot believe they ain't just incorporated Teen Titans Go. They use everybody who's used to do the voices.
They used a completely different.
They use
They
all.
just used Teen Titans Go to promote another show that's coming on. They were using that to promote the Doom Patrol on the network.
They literally just, not just that, they literally just, they use all the Teen Titans Go characters with the same artwork and drawing all the same thing with the same type of character motivations and everything too.
A.k.a. the Beast Boy, who has left the superhero life behind to try and chase stardom on a Star Trek-style TV show, complete with its very own William Shatner sound-alike. As we discover, Beast Boy is surrounded by a ton of characters you may or may not know. His Captain Kirk-style co-star actually worked with his mother on Hello Megan, and the WB-style network running things belongs to Granny Goodness, who seems to have gone to great lengths to reunite as many people from Gar's past as she can under one roof. including Gar's adoptive stepfather, Steve Dayton, aka Mento of the Doom Patrol. You see, after Gar's mom died, he was taken in by Miss Martian, but he was also adopted by his mom's best friend, Rita, aka Elastigirl, one of the Doom Patrol, aka Beast Boy / Changeling's original comic book team. All of this information gets told to the audience through an absolutely trippy scene wherein Beast Boy tries on the good VR goggles for the first time. It's all totally tragic and dark subject matter as we find out that his adopted mom and maybe even the rest of the Doom Patrol were killed on another mission, but it's done in the style of a giant Teen Titans Go parody, complete with all of that show's original voice actors.
Yes.
Teen Titans Go, you may or may not remember, had actually already parodied Young Justice.
Oh, I forgot about that. Too, I forgot about that. Seriously though, where did I put Teen Titans Go? Like seriously, if they crossed over with Teen Titans from the other Teen Titans,
So there's like a.
they also have crossed over with Young Justice previously. I forgot about with Superboy, Supergirl, Superboy, Aqualad, and Miss Martian actually was on that shit for real with them. That really make you wonder about shit. Like where did she put Teen Titans Go for real in the actual universe? Where do they actually sit?
I've never thought about a cartoon universe like as being like a real.
Like where were they at? Where would they sit that they are able to cross over with multiple versions of themselves and not mess up nothing? So where did that actually sit them? You know where that sit them? For real. You really want to hear this? This is about to be ground shattering right here. The Teen Titans Go. They are in the fifth dimension. No, think about the fifth dimension. That's where Misty Pliskett is from, and Batmite. The ones, the imps that can basically have all this power and fuss the universe, but they do it. They just do it to annoy certain people. That's the way you could explain. That's the way I'm looking at it now. They are the Teen Titans Go team. The reason why they're so dumb, the reason why they don't do shit but talk about burgers and pizza. The reason why they do all that shit because they live in the fifth dimension, and they don't got nothing to worry about. That's what it is. I bet.
During its time off the air, only, this one works better because it's more creative, serves a point, is genuinely funny, and I actually feel like the writers had watched an episode of Teen Titans Go, so they knew what they were making fun of, but, now I'm off point. And if all of that wasn't enough love for you Doom Patrol fans, well, guess what? Casey and Samuel from the new Young Animal book actually show up here for a few seconds, so keep an eye open for that. Another wonderful thing this episode tries to do is actually square the circle involving the source of Beast Boy's power. Sure, here in this universe it says that he got a blood transfusion from Miss Martian, but what about the monkey bite from the comics? Well, that gets its due here in this episode. In the end, Gar is forced to take an inward journey and face the sadness over the death of his mothers, the death of Wally, and how he pretty much betrayed his sister Megan to try and chase a life of fame, if only it meant that he didn't have to deal with his own personal trauma. This ultimately helps the team leading into the final episode, as they now know for sure Grady Goodness is up to no good using the goggles to test kids for latent metagenes, which means Nightwing's Black Ops superhero team and the League are ready to hit as many metahuman depots as they can in one night, including one in Bialia, where they believe that Princess Terra is being held. Halo is forced to hang back on this mission and to make sure Cyborg doesn't go all Skynet on everybody, and we see just how much emotions and puberty can really play havoc with superpowers, another major ongoing theme of this season, and especially these last 4 episodes. Now, when the heroes do manage to zero in on this meta ring, they discover that it's more than just that. It's a whole metahuman coliseum run by Mr. Nice, a former Starman villain, later reimagined as a villain from the Digital Flash comic, and probably the deepest cut this show has ever done for a villain so far. Nice is also backed up by Queen.
I would love to work on this show.
D's personal metahuman army, here called the Onslaught, a reference to a team of superpowered terrorists created by John Ostrander in the pages of Suicide Squad. The matches are also spectated on by the friggin' Court of Owls. Wow, they don't get named in this episode, but that's clearly who they are.
Yeah.
The good guys have to work together and overcome this group of villains while also saving all the enslaved kids. We get some great matchups and even some fun callbacks to earlier seasons and the long-standing relationship between Superboy and Icicle Jr., whose new design I most definitely approve of. I dig the beard, it's kind of like mine. Ultimately, though, it's Brion and his sister working side by side that allowed the team to escape, showing just how much they've all grown in a short amount of time and how they might just be ready to get promoted to that next level of superhero-dom. Granted, the question still remains now that Tara is in the mix. You have to wonder what role is she going to play, especially considering that her most famous story involved her trying to destroy a superhero team from the inside out. Maybe she's less a princess in distress and more of a Judas in disguise. And so there you have it, everyone, the first half of Young Justice Season 3, and I gotta say, this week was a really good mix of superheroic action and teenage drama. We get a nice new origin for Cyborg that fits well with the lore of the show and promises that he will be very important moving forward. We get Beast Boy back in a very big, very meaningful way in an episode that I think will go down as one of the best of the series. The Outsiders continue to grow and evolve and come into...
Okay. So I guess it's going on hiatus for a couple weeks. Okay. Here, like, subscribe.